Hey, Chris, it's Amber. Hello, Chris. Did you butt dial me again? Chris. Hello. Hello. Chris.
Chris?
Hello. That sounded weird. Chris. No, I'm not. Are you still occupied? Chris. Hello. You're watching TV. You're not coloring. You're watching. I need you to. Then I need you to hurry. If you're going to do both, I need you to hurry. That's going to plug this in. Don't start. I don't tell you. I'm not going to. I'm not going to put up with you.
Enforcing the show.
Go ahead, finish coloring. When you listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, stop talking when I'm talking. Now. You have another attempt. Did you do this one? It's not boring. Obviously, you don't know it very well, so you still have a sense to do. We get on Addison all the time. All the time. I did show you. I just read it. You have to do social studies yet?
Is this more one has
No, you don't skip it. No, you skipped it. Well, yeah, because social studies, she's not to teach social studies. The video teaches you. Okay? Finish your coloring, and then you can go and talk.
Good afternoon. Hi.
Hi. I was like, are we like the only one on the call? I was like, there's like 3 of us.
So far. Alright. How's your day going?
It's going good. It's good.
Good.
Just trying to find a home out here in Vail, but and then I just talked to a FSBO, and that went it was a good conversation. It wasn't locked in or anything, but it was. I was actually calling for my buyer, and we just talked for a really long time. So maybe it's promising in the here, maybe.
Good. Good luck.
What
I have
about
a
you?
buyer right now. It's going good. Been busy with getting some quotes started and doing some insurance stuff this morning. But yeah, one of my buyers, he's going through a tough time at his apartment complex. So I need to figure something out for him.
That's a tough one. Does he have a range?
Well, right now, the only thing that's been keeping him was his credit score. So he doesn't really have like any credit right now. So I got him in contact with someone at Nova to see if they're able to help. But right now it's at the point to where he just needs to get out of there like this week. So I'm like, okay, well, let's figure something out.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's quick.
Yeah, so that's all right there.
Bum, bum, bum.
There he is.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. No? You guys don't like my Star Wars themes? I gotta close all of my windows right now. I can't be slowing my computer down. I have 53 tabs open. All the windows in the world. All right. Good afternoon, my friends. And Laura. I want to say that I'm proud to be in business with you. I hope you guys are doing great. I posed a question in the group chat a little bit ago. Who read it? Okay.
I didn't. Sorry.
Give me some information. If you could have improved your onboarding experience, what would you have done?
Are you talking about just anything and everything, or are you talking about something like specific to Ignite?
Yeah, when you came on as a new agent with Keller Williams, from the moment you're like, Keller Williams, what would you have changed to make your onboarding experience?
You know what I would have appreciated is to know who to talk to about what.
Okay.
I didn't know who to talk to about business cards, who to talk to about coaching, who to talk to about training. That part, it was really frustrating to not have like one point of contact to really get me to who I needed to go to and to be able to trust them and not be like to answer their phone and return emails kind of thing. So that's one thing I wish that I had had.
Okay.
I assume it's different now, but from when I started, that was really hard for me.
Yeah, we actually just created a one page of who to talk to for what.
Yeah, okay.
So that's awesome. I know you and I talked about that. You're like, I didn't even know you existed for a while. I was like, I didn't know you existed. You are real. They are real. But no, that's important because as a new agent, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know where to go for the information. And then you're like, why am I here?
Right.
What else?
When I first started, I felt like a lot of the resources that were in place were not available to me because of my job with Pima County and working during the day. I know that's changed now and so much more is online, and I've appreciated it so much.
I like that. So having more access, more ability. Do you guys consume any of the recorded information? All the YouTube stuff we have online? Does anyone ever follow it, look at it, watch it?
I do. When I miss something, I do.
Okay. Are you guys subscribed to the YouTube channel?
Yes. Yeah. That's my go-to for command to do smart pages, and I go back and start all over if I don't know how to do something.
Okay, great. Because that's actually why I wanted to do this video. We're going to run a little bit long on this. I think I can. I think I can. I think I cannot. I got up until 3:30 exactly. So, But what I want to do is I want to go over what I do in a contract.
There a business plan also.
Business plan also. Eileen's jumping in. So that you guys can go back and reference these things because we're all changing. I think the two important things that we kind of hit on right now is having the resources and abilities to help out those who do not have the ability to be a 100% agent. I get that. I'm not asking you to ever be a 100% agent unless you decide you want to be a 100% agent. If you're a part-time agent, a full-time mom, great. I just happen to be in a room full of women right now. And that's okay. If you want to be a full-time mom and a part-time agent, that's okay. If you need the extra support, that's why we're going to have these things and resources out there. I just want to make sure you guys know where to find them, how to utilize them. And always, I'm not saying this is ever going to be a replacement for who I am or what I represent in the company. You will always have support at the one-on-one level if needed. So
I think it will help everybody to know where to go and look. Like if you tell us go look here and you'll find this, where to find stuff, and that will, for me, that's more than knowing where to go and look for what I need.
I had to mute you, Stephanie, for a second because she was scribbling something.
I didn't
Sorry.
realize that you could hear my pen writing. I won't take notes. I'm just...
Zoom mic is tough. So where to go find something, that's great. Good information there. Where to go find something. So we will start on that. We're going to talk on a couple other program stuff. When it comes to each series of calls, I'd like to cover something that you guys need help with that we can have a pre-recorded session out there so that it makes it easy to go back and rewatch it. Who is struggling with writing a contract right now? A couple years, sometimes.
It's mostly command.
Okay. What are you struggling with in command?
Everything.
Okay, that's way too broad to be an accurate description.
I think what's hard is I get so confused over like from the documents and then the transaction, and like Robin and I were working on a contract and we'd get all the way through it and get to the signing, and then, oh, this box wasn't checked. And then it would almost like we had to start the whole document over or something. It was really frustrating.
Understood. Understood. So I'm going to take you guys through quickly. I'm going to move quickly. You guys we'll watch the recording later on. I'm going to actually have Heather cut this video so that the first part of the class wasn't there. So it just becomes a raw data for contracts. I'm going to go through quickly from a contact to a contract.
Okay.
We've done it a bunch of times, but I want to do it with you guys so you can stop and ask questions along the way. We ready to rock and roll? I'm not going to be looking at my camera. I'm going to be talking to my screen that will have my command on it. You guys can see my command, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I didn't show you the login screen, so we're going to go right into it. Okay. You just meet Bugs Bunny, right? Bugs Bunny wants to buy a house. Does Bugs Bunny have a wife?
No.
Yes, he does. Her name is Babs.
Yes, he does. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
God. I didn't know that.
Gotta ask the Ford.
Right? You can go into further depth here. Tag. Fire. Fake. Right? Additional information. Additional contact information. It's always good to have a home address.
I have issues with that because I have a buyer from Korea.
You don't have an
Is
address.
it-
You don't have an address.
Yeah.
The good thing is you're going to have a lot of those clients. We're in military towns, so you're going to have a lot of them that won't have addresses. We're just going to put one in there, right? I'm going to use my address that I like to use for everything. Because El Cajon, California actually has a 1, 2, 3, 4 East Main Street. It's the address, the same as mailing address, right? Social media posts, we don't need to know about. If you have this information, great. It does not affect your contracts at all, except for what?
The legal name?
Legal name. Notice how we changed one where I put Bugs Bunny in and then I added his wife directly into the content, the same thing. Did I create a second entity for his wife?
No, but don't you have to go in and fill in all of that information then, though? Like, it doesn't fill in the address and all that, right?
Not for his wife, no. Why is this not working? I need you to work faster.
But it does create a new contact if you click the box next to the spouse name, right?
Yep.
Isn't there a box that you have to click?
No box, just adding. Just by adding.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a terrible time for our Wi-Fi to slow down. As you can tell, I'm really patient with technology. So Bugs and Babs, right? Go to edit. Relationship already has Bugs mapped out. Her email, we don't know. It's babs@bunny.com. Her phone number. Additional contact information. We know her address. El Cajon, California. About, legal name. See how my contact health just jumped from 20 to 80%? I already have a suggested area there. Now what you guys can do now to make it real easy, go to your smart plans, add the smart plan, and then the one that's your My Neighborhood Quarterly, select it. Start now, confirm. This will automatically put them on the neighborhood drip for their house that they're in now. Do the same thing with Bugs. Smart plan, add to smart plan, neighborhood, select, start it now. You guys can read those prompts on your own. But now we have a smart plan, so he's going to get an email every month. Now we need to go and say, okay, Bugs has got an opportunity. We're going to go to opportunities. There's 3 ways of getting there. I'm just going to take you into the list. Let's just say you got Bugs and Babs information, and then a couple days later you have to go in and now you're starting an opportunity with them, right? We go back in, we're okay, cool. Now Bugs and Babs want to buy a house. We're going to be in our opportunities tab. We're going to create an opportunity. We're going to make sure all the information is correct. They are buying a house. I am the owner. The client is Bunny, Bugs Bunny. It's automatically going to bring up the list of the associated clients. So you can click on it quickly. Opportunity name if you do not know the address. Custom tags. I use which lender, who's the referral, if they're an investor, or if it's one of my leads to you guys. So I can actually tag them out, who mainly, so I can call who, I can go in and see which lender is working with which client and find out what's going on quickly. This is where the custom tags in the opportunities becomes helpful. Estimated close date based on where you're at in the market. Time frame, budget, commission rate, where they're at in the program, right? I want you to, as soon as you get somebody's raising their hand saying, yes, I want to buy a house, or yes, I want to sell a house, that becomes a cultivating opportunity. You follow? In here, you can go in there and fill out the information. What this means, cultivate means you have a phone number, they have raised their hand saying they're looking for a buyer or seller opportunity. You're going to cultivate that lead. You're in the watch status, which means you're watching for them to make a buying signal or a selling signal. You're nurturing that decision, or they're hot to trot, ready to rock and roll. Bugs is hot to trot, ready to rock and roll, and he's actually actively searching for homes, right? We've already had our appointment. We've already had our meeting. We've already sat down and had the buyer consultation. So now we're active in searching. We did our appointment. So today is the 31st. I scheduled the appointment with Bugs. I had the appointment with Bugs, and Bugs signed his buyer broker with me. Do you understand these 3 boxes now?
Yes.
I said it, I had it, he signed the buyer broker. Or I said it, I showed up at the house, we signed the listing. That's those dates right now, okay? We've agreed that Bugs is actually going to be in the 220 range. Financing type, we're going to use a conventional or FHA loan, doesn't matter. It'll actually give you all the tabs here. We're going to save it. Bam. Now all this information is accurate. All right, now Bugs found a house that he really likes. Someone give me a property address that you know of that's on the market.
Robin, you're muted.
3248 West Treese Way.
Boom. West Truce Way. Boom. Right. Save. Now we have the property in there. Cool.
Wait, how did you do that? Where did you get that?
Right here.
I know, but where did you put that in?
Clicked on that little pencil.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I put the address that they're looking for and autofills the rest.
Okay.
Boom. Go to next. The buyer profile is if Bugs or Babs had filled out the mobile app. That's what this is for. Documents. This is where a lot of you get confused. Documents is the compliance folder. We need to start a transaction. Okay, clicking on start a transaction. I'm doing everything in DocuSign, so I'm going to let DocuSign clear up. If your DocuSign is not set up, we will work on that in groups. It should take you to your DocuSign groups. You're going to get that filled out. Preload your password if you got it saved like I do. And then boom, we are now in the Bugs Bunny room. This means that we are in the transaction for Bugs Bunny and only Bugs Bunny. This is where you need to add your documents. It says right here, add your documents to your room. You can click on that. You can upload from your computer. Let's say you have the prequal that was emailed to you. You can add them through DocuSign or Zip Forms. Because we're doing DocuSign, I'm going to click on DocuSign right away. Forms library, not group. And the very first one is Arizona Association of Realtors, where mainly our contracts come from. We are going to need a bunch of things. What's the first thing I'm going to need?
Buyer broker agreement.
Right? He's going to sign that buyer broker agreement right now with me. We need a buyer advisory.
Market conditions.
Wire transfer.
Market conditions, wire fraud, okay.
Maybe.
That should have a list of all the things you need. Unfortunately, there's not a document dump right now where you can just click on it, it puts all of them in there. So right now, you're going to need to add all the things in here. I love having the critical dates thing. You want to make sure you have your HOA form just in the event that there isn't one listed online, which we're going to act like there is. We're going to show you where it's at. There is no lead-based paint because it's older than 78, right? Market conditions advisory.
Read.
READ, thank you. One of the most important forms.
Wire fraud.
Make sure you collect the right one, right? All right. Residential purchase contract, probably important too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wire fraud advisory, buyer side, right? Add. We're going to add all those documents at once. Bam. Watch them add. Your view would probably look like this. It is very cumbersome. It is very busy. I suggest you switch it over to a list view. It makes it a whole lot easier for you to check out the images. Now we got to add some couple other documents still.
ABA.
Yes, ma'am. ABA is found in your association, so Tucson Association of Realtors, or is it found in your market center?
KW Market Center.
There it is. Boom. ABA. There's 2 other forms that I use for buyers that you may not. Sorry. DocuSign Rooms. I go into Tucson Association of Realtors. I do a mold disclosure because I like to have it on there. If you need the disclosure for proximity of an airport, it's also in there. You're just going to search for it. Now we have the basic of our file, right? you can go to details and fill out all this information. Put all the information you want. Address, so on and so forth. Or you do it from the contracts. It's automatically going to add you to your loop, or sorry, to your room. We need to invite 2 more of the people, and that's people that will have access into all this space. You really don't need that. Okay, we're going to start with the main important documents in order. First things first, purchase contract. You think we need to fill it out? So, what was that
Is there
address?
a way to reorder the forms in there?
No, ma'am. Unfortunately, they come in 100%.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Because it gets messy, like it's annoying, it's cluttered.
Yes. Unfortunately, it is. 3248 West Treese. Right away, I'm looking in here. I'm looking that this has a subdivision. I'm going to go look and see if it is got an HOA. You can see here, submit with Augur, HOA addendum. HOA, yes. What form does I need to have?
HOA addendum.
Right. Usually you'll find it right here under documents. You'll click on documents and look and behold, there it is. Unfortunately, you guys can't see my whole. Okay, we're going to add it here in a second. Here, let's change this so you can see whole desktop. Okay, can you see the whole desktop now? Yep. You can see here, when you download something out of your MLS, it's going to have this long document number. My recommendation is to relabel it something you know. Like I just renamed that one HS, XS meaning seller signed, HOA for the street address. And it's very simple. You got your documents folder. If you guys that don't have Macs, it'll be something similar like your My Computer. You following along? Click and drag it into the file. Notice the difference between the blue and the red. The blue ones can be filled out. The red ones cannot. The difference is a Word document and a PDF. You following? Okay. Now we have the HOA in there we need. What else do we need to have? We need to know all the information about the house, right? So I'm going to pop this to the side so I can look at it. I'm going to go back into my contract. We are actually going to go through every point in this contract and fill it out. The rest of the forms I'm not going to. We're just going to assume that you know how to put the names on those forms too. But I want to make sure you guys hit all these boxes. Do we need to check anything on the first page?
I do. I check them.
As long as you're going over it with your buyers.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting them know that these are the things that they need to do. Read it in its entirety before signing. Okay, buyer's name. Seller. Do we know the seller's name?
No.
We can get the
look
seller's
it up.
name. Can you guys see this little blue thing here?
Where?
The GIS number?
Yeah.
This will take you to a hyperlink of the, the Pima County Geographic Information Systems, where it will list out the seller's name. If you're going to do this, make sure you take this name, Nicole and John Sanchez, and break it apart. Don't just copy the entire CPRS in there. I have seen somebody do this, where they just go, copy, paste. Is that correct?
No.
Okay, so you need to.
What is the CPRS? What is that?
Community property with right of survivorship. Learned something today, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to put their names, make sure they're spelled correct. Sanchez John, Nicola Nicole Sanchez. You can also click here if you don't know if you spelled it right. If you don't know their names at all, then don't put anything there. Just leave that box checked. So we need the premises address. What is the premises address? 3248 West Treese Way, right? Stupid box. A lot of times I'm seeing people miss the assessor's number. What is the assessor's number also called?
Parcel.
Tax ID.
Parcel and
Tax
ID. Thank you. The tax ID is listed here. Tax code. It's listed here as your parcel ID. It's listed on the contract as the assessor's number. What is the assessor's number?
225-300-490.
In definition, what is the assessor's number?
Parcel
It-
number.
It identifies the property.
At a simpler point. It's the property social security number. Look familiar?
Mm.
Now you know. Your brain will always associate it with that. All right, 85742. Where do you find the legal description? We're on here. Where do you find the legal description?
Down right up, we're by the address.
Is that correct?
GIS.
You need to
I
go.
don't
to
know, I would
the-
double check it, but yeah.
Yeah, always double check. Notice how I've been working pretty much primarily from right here.
Mm-hmm.
I trust the assessor way more than I trust an agent that put that information in.
Yep.
Okay. Now, 8 and 9 are not used unless you need a longer legal description. Number 10 is the purchase price. What are we going to offer on this house? $199.9. We're qualified up to $220. Throw out a number.
2015.
205.
What are we looking at? I can't even see.
205.
205. All right. Now that I'm no longer going to show you how to just click and drag into a file, I'm going to switch back to the Google view so you just get one screen if that works.
And that GIS page, I know I'm gonna be able to get there, but does that could I get there from the Flex MLS?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I'll have to
You
figure-
also can get there from Google searching Pima County Assessor.
Okay.
So we're back here, right? 205. How much earnest money are we putting down?
3,000.
$3,000. What are we doing with the earnest?
Amber, we should work together.
You and Amber on the same brainwave. I like it. All right. What are we doing with the earnest money? How much money are we putting down? Total.
3%, which is
3%?
no. For total.
Not on conventional loan, sweetheart.
What are we doing?
Did I hear 10%?
20%.
20%? 10%? 20%? Do 10%. It's 20,500. Right? Is that correct?
So the earnest
It's hard to
money
see your screen.
applied
Can you make
towards
it bigger?
down payment?
No, you'd have to make your screen bigger, Mary.
I'm in full screen.
No, that's not correct.
No.
Do you?
Is that better,
Why
Mary?
are we doing 3,000 in earnest money?
Why is it
Somebody
applying
screwed
towards
up.
down payment?
I thought it was 1%.
There is no such thing as a set amount.
Okay. So you
All right.
have to subtract the earnest money.
Yeah, Melissa said it too. Thank you guys for catching that. I just wanted to make a point. This has to make sense.
Hello, Rich. How are you?
I'm good. Or Robin, how are you? All right, so 205 minus 20,500, 184,500. New conventional loan. Right, earnest money in the form of what?
Personal check
All right, where's it going to be delivered?
to the escrow company.
Thank you. When do we want to close this deal?
45 days.
25 days. 45 days, right? Puts me about October 15th-ish.
Yep.
Possession you're not going to deal with because we're taking possession at the close of escrow. Addenda Incorporated. What do we need to have clicked?
HOA,
Why is that?
because there's an HOA.
Awesome. Good job. Now, are we asking for a refrigerator, washer, and dryer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But we're gonna put a model and serial number if we have it. We're not gonna say as seen as seen at.
It is okay to put the description if you do not know the model number. The model number is going to be the most accurate and safest form of having that information in there. Ideally, it's going to say stainless side by side, naming what it looks like. 2 doors on top, 1 drawer on the bottom is considered a French door. 2 big doors side by side is considered a side door. Freezer on the bottom is considered, with 1 door, it's considered a freezer on the bottom. Vice versa, freezer on top. Now you know the different names for the fridges. If it is a built-in, what are you going to put?
Nothing.
Built-in fridge.
Built-in fridge. I was going to say built-in.
Built-in fridge. You may not know where the model and serial number, even who made the damn thing, but you want to make sure clear and well that the contract is easy to follow, and you can say, hey, we asked for that stainless steel side-by-side French door Kenmore looking thing in the contract, not this Amana almond colored top freezer. Give us our money. So now we move into financing. Know your contract. You can read this over to your client. What kind of loan are we doing? Do we need closing costs?
Ask the lender.
Ask the lender. If you do need closing costs, try to avoid putting a percentage in here and putting an exact dollar amount.
Yeah, my lender told me that my buyers would need up to 4,000 for closing costs, so I did the full 4,000. And the seller still liked it.
There we go. Appraisal costs. Who's paying for the appraisal?
Buyer.
In this market, heck yeah. Title company.
I like to put seller's choice. That way I kind of brag the seller agent.
You like to put what?
Seller's choice to like kind of like do a concession to the agent to work with whatever he wants to.
If you're working with a buyer or seller and they haven't, have a relationship with one of them, use them because you get a discount. If not, if it's listed in the MLS listing, utilize it, because sometimes you'll see right here, agent only remarks. Please use title security, signature title, Melina Heskins. Title work has already been started. It's just going to give you one less thing to negotiate over. Okay, now we move on. Notice how it's all filled out. Proration assessment fees you don't need to mess with unless you guys are doing something. Read that. Lead-based paint information. Only if the house was built prior to 1978 is one of these going to be checked. And if the lead-based paint was in the contract or in the documents here, listed in documents here, we would check this box because we don't need the time. It's already been given to us. What do we write on line 211?
None.
None. 10-day inspection unless you need longer or shorter. What kind of waste treatment system is it? How do we know?
Go to the GA, the parcel.
You can also look down here too, right? They're always, it's on here. You can just stress that. If you're really questioning it, then go and look at the parcel information, because you can go up here where it says the, where am I looking real quick? Sanity
I always go to utilities or there too. Yeah.
Sewer connection record right there. And you can see where it's actually been connected back in 2003. Yeah. So now you have undeniable proof it's on a sewer. Seller's response to Benzer, if you need to add it or change it. Are we asking for a home warranty?
Sure.
Yes, the home warranty will be ordered by who?
Buyer.
Buyer.
Who's paying for it?
The
I thought
seller.
Two agents.
Split it.
Two agents?
Split, yeah, I like split too. That's fair.
That'll make both the buyer and seller happy.
Yeah.
All right.
It really does. You'd be surprised about how many people are like, oh, yeah, of course. That's awesome.
This last page, terms of acceptance, when are we going to respond by?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Or 1.
Now, I say tomorrow because I typically try to give them 24 hours. If it's a hot bidding market, I don't want to give them time and I'm giving a super aggressive offer. I may give them 12 hours. I may give them until 10 o'clock in the morning.
But be careful because some of the listings that are like just hitting the market aren't accepting offers by, or not going to give an answer by a certain date and time.
Again, look here. Okay. You want to make sure you read this because it will say all offers will be responded to Monday, 8/31 at 5 p.m. I actually have an offer out on this house, just so you know. So I'm very familiar. But we have it marked. Notice it's there. We're going to move down here. Our agent name is?
Daniel Caldwell.
Amber Harvey.
I like that.
What is our firm name?
Keller Williams. I'm in
Keller,
Arizona.
Arizona.
Oh, yeah. Do you have to put the 06 on there on the 4783?
That's my number.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't know the license. They're written down to my right here, but I'm not going to look and transpose them.
You're
I
fine.
probably should if you guys are going to be using this video as some kind of reference. Actually, I put the frickin'. So we are state license. My state license number, we don't know. So right here, your broker state license number, LC 635438805. If you are at JV. Whose preferred telephone number?
Yours?
Fax? I don't have one. Email. We represent whom?
Buyer.
Buyer's name.
capture and finding.
Now, if you guys want to take it a step further and be a decent agent, I mean, decent being that you're helping the other side out, fill in this information and click seller so you know it's done right. And all you got to do is go Daniel B. Graham. That's a funny last name for this guy. Had so many spelling mistakes on his emails. His MLS code.
I actually look them up sometimes under listing member through MLS because it brings up their whole profile.
Right. Notice how I'm just pulling all that information real quick. Does it take very long? Realty execs of Arizona territory. You guys see the flat back and forth firm name, firm MLS code. Next, we get to co-agent. What a last name. If you guys got a mouse that's got those fast buttons back and forth and you can flip through stuff real fast, then guess what? Use it. If not, don't.
I keep two windows open.
I have
one on one screen and one on the other.
So, did you see how long that took to do? Like, we don't happen to have all this information on the firm address or anything like that. That can be filled in. What's important, we need one last bit of information, and it happens to be right here. So you've got all of that information, firm, state, license, everything. Boom, right? All of it. Seller, buyer. Now this contract is filled out. Save and close. Was that difficult?
No.
With instruction, it took me 12 minutes. And that's genuinely filling out a contract live. You don't need the templates to do it quickly. You just need to know what you're doing. And this is going to help you know what you're doing. What goes where, why are we putting it there? This needs to make sense. What do I need to check? What am I missing? And you'll notice how it's all there. There's an error. It's not valid. I did that to show you guys. I didn't know it would kick it out. But you can actually put your email, whoever the main buyer's agent is, or the co-buyer, it doesn't matter. Whoever's going to be responsible for taking conversations, because whoever's email is listed right here is the one that's under contract, saying that in the event that they send you any documentation to that email, it's considered received, because that's the email you put on file that you wanted to use. Now we're going to go over here, and now you can see we've got more stuff to fill out. Buyer advisory, buyer broker, exclusive agreement. Can you still see the screen, Ronald? Once you fill the name in on one form, it'll start putting them on all of them. So this agreement shall come into commencement on 08/31/2020 and end 10, or sorry, we'll do it for 4 months, 31/2020. We're doing residential as set forth in the real estate disclosure. I'm not charging a retainer fee, and I'm going to be asking for 3%. And what we'll do with that is we actually create the DA. We put that as a bonus commission on there. And then we send this agreement to the title company. It'll have their information too if they want to have it.
Where do you get the $295 from?
That's my fee.
Okay. But what do you typically cover in that?
Well, Miss Amber, I'm glad you asked. The 3% of the sales price is what typically is paid for by the sellers in the transaction. The $295 is additional commission to cover my administrative costs.
Thank you, Dan.
Any questions? It's that quick. So save and close. Mold disclosure. I like to have mold disclosure on there because mold does happen. It's just one more thing to cover your butt. Notice it's got the address. It's not pulling over the county though, or the state. Oddly enough. Save and close.
Hey, for an ABA, I have a question whenever you're finished.
ABA, we'll do that one next. What's your question?
Question is, what if you don't have an address? I know it's a prerequisite before you even write a contract. So as far as command goes, I know in Dotloop you can actually do it when they, obviously make an offer on a property or whatever. But what if it's supposed to be done prior to even making a contract, correct?
Then have it blank.
Just keep it blank and that will be accepted like that?
Keep it blank, and then when you're under contract, go back and fill in the address.
So they'll have to sign twice?
Or you can just fill in the address.
I know, but it's always like the egg or the chicken. So it's like, because it's actually required on the buyer consultation.
Because now it's a fillable document. Before it wasn't. Before you couldn't fill in the title, or you couldn't put in the address unless you put it in a custom text box. Now, anytime you write an offer on property, just throw the ABA in there so the ABA matches that property.
Thanks.
HOA plan commitment we already have. Market conditions advisory, do we need to fill anything out? We just got to go check it. Dogster and Babster, we're good to go. Save and close. Is this helpful for you guys?
No.
Yeah, it will be, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back because my interruptions.
It's okay. Now, real estate election and disclosure, top line, firm name, also known as broker. What is it?
Keller Williams,
Southern Arizona.
Acting through, Daniel. We are representing the buyer as a buyer's broker and allowed to show the buyer's property to other firms. You will not be able to check these boxes like you were before.
Yes, that's what I'm complaining about.
That's confusing people. It does automatically have this box checked for you.
You can check it in the envelope though once it gets there.
Yeah, once we'll show that in a second. Residential purchase contract and wire fraud. Last thing on here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Wire fraud. Just need to make sure we got some signature boxes. Save and close. Dogster and Babster. All right, now are we good to sign? All the documents have been filled out. We're going to check all the documents that we want to have signed right now, regardless if they're going to go to the listing agent or not. Once you select a document in DocuSign Rooms, it's going to bring up this document menu. And part of it is you can download, share it to your coach if you got any questions about it. He can review it for you before you send it for signatures. Or you can send it off to DocuSign to create an envelope to be signed. It's going to take a minute.
I'm sorry I came in late. Did you cover or find out how to repair those of us who weren't able to do the DocuSign thing?
Not yet. It's been escalated up to corporate help.
Okay.
You'll notice inside your document envelope all the forms that we've selected to be signed. What I like to change the envelope name, we're going to put this one purchase offer. So it's the very first one. We need to add some people to sign, right? Add recipients to the envelope. So first, we're going to click add recipient. We're going to go to room participants. And it's going to automatically bring up all the people's names that they had found in the files. We got Babster and Babster. Add selected. You'll notice you got Bugster and Babster. We got emails at now, I want you to remember is because you are also on this file, you have to sign the buyer broker agreement yourself. You need to add yourself to the document.
Do you usually sign first and send over, or wait until they sign, then it comes back to you and you sign?
That was a really good point I'm going to put up right now. I like to sign my stuff first, so I will put them as the signing order too.
So why do you do that? Just out of curiosity, because I usually sign last.
Because in the event that they're scrutinizing the documents, they're going to see that there's a blank line or a blank spot that has not been filled in that you need to fill in, and it allows you one other chance to review the document before sending it. And if you've missed something, you can add a text box, fill it in, sign it, send it. They get it with that text box already filled in. Make
So
sense?
that's why you don't do 1, 2, 3. It's just 1, 2, 2.
Yeah. So Bugster and Babster, and this
But
is
you would-
would if they had different emails, would get it at the exact same time. If they have the same email, they cannot be the same signing order.
That's what I was getting. Okay, thank you.
So that's what
Oh, I thought you couldn't do the same email.
you can, as long as they're not the same signing order. It'll send it to one, and then when they finish, it sends it to the next.
Got it.
It will not send them both at the same time because it flags it as a duplicate email and doesn't send them.
Good to know.
So now we're there, right? Unable to update your recipient. Why? What's up? What can't update? Okay. Next. When you click next, what that does is it takes all the documents you just put in there, all the people you've selected to sign, and puts it where you can start the signing design. You'll notice up here, it's going to put people in the order that you selected them to sign. Notice the drop down. So what you can do is you can scroll to the bottom of this document, and you need to go to your buyer. So Bugster, we need to grab his signature, put it on the line. Grab his date, put it on the line. Go to Babs, grab her signature, put it on the line. Grab the date, put it on the line. Am I making sense? Now we're going to the next one. This is where you're going to sign because it's a buyer broker exclusive agency. This is the only form you have to sign as an agent. So again, you're reviewing it one last time. Oh, I missed something. How many days after a contract do I want to have the ability to go back? So we're going to go text box. We'll put it on the line, and I'm just going to type in there 60. That way, when Bugs and Babs get this, that's already filled in. And then we're going to take my signature, put it on the line. Date, put it on the line. Again, buyers.
And Dan, on the date that's over there close to the edge, like the one, pull it back over because it has also a timeline and it runs it off the page if you put them too close to the edge.
Which one?
Right where you were. The dates, yeah. If you take the date sign and scoot them over the block, yeah, scoot them over a little, it'll keep the time and the date on the same page.
Good to know. I didn't know how far it went over. That's good to know. Critical dates form. This you show them because then they have proof of the timeline. You showed them, I have sent you the timeline. And then you will fill it out as you go. This is the critical dates form. It's in DocuSign. Critical dates list. It is the timeline where you can have all the information. Notice how it filled in all the information from the contract?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to fill in the loan officer, the escrow officer, and that information. And then it gives you the contract date. Like when you put it in, and it goes escrow company upon acceptance. Provide lender a loan application 3 days prior to acceptance. And you can go through and keep track of your critical dates.
So will it put those dates in then because you have the thing?
It will not. This is just you showing.
I was gonna say, I just went and put all those dates in, so.
Because we have an HOA form here that was not filled out. This is the blank one we put in the file. We could have left it out of the file. If you need to, you can go back. I wanted to show you this on purpose. You can go back and notice how the HOA here, we're going to remove it because we have the PDF version. When you go back into it, little quick shortcuts is you scroll on the right here. You'll notice it gives you the tabs where you've already put signings. And then also you can click your boxes here and it'll show you the documents.
Can you go to the READ and show us what to do about those check boxes?
Yeah, we'll be there in two more.
Okay.
I need to have one on at least every page so I can get it to the next point. Okay, READ. This is why I also like to put myself as a signer in a document, even though I'm not signing anything, because I want to be responsible for the checkbox.
Yeah, that's what Robin and I did.
Not the client. And what I'll do is I'll check it right away.
It wouldn't let me check it right away.
Spacebar.
Huh?
Spacebar.
Oh, really?
Yep, spacebar.
If
You can also
go to checkbox,
value. Yeah.
yeah, you can click it there.
Dan, can you remind us again on the
Yeah, on the right side.
seller?
Three of you at once. One at a time, please. Okay, remind me what?
The seller part. Just if you would scroll up really quick. Right there. So if it was a seller, we would do just the seller and the,
Yeah.
or all three.
It's up to you. Usually you're going to be just the bottom.
Just the two on the bottom.
Just the
Okay.
two. Because you'd have another one of these forms in place of for the buyer.
Okay.
In the contract, you want to make sure you put all the signatures where they're supposed to go, initials where they're supposed to go. But for time's sake, because I need to, I'm not gonna go over all of them because I need to get, I had a dead stop at 3 o'clock.
And while you're late, it's 3:27.
At 3:30, I apologize. So one way to do it is you start with one name and you go through every document and you put that one signer in. Make sure you select the right one of these. If the
I decided that that's the best way to go because thankfully I had Robin on Zoom and we were doing it together and she kept going, oh no, you're using the wrong signature. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go do all of theirs first.
Yeah, I wanted to show you, this is how I learned when I first got into it. I've become to the point where I do page by page instead of just one person. If you can do an entire document.
And you
like
can
all
copy
of
and
them at
paste
once.
that thing.
Huh?
You can copy and paste that thing.
The initial, you mean? The box?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Robin
was
coming
that?
in clutch.
Who was that?
Robin.
Why didn't you tell me that last night?
Well, I figured it out.
Well, that's the thing is we're learning here now, yeah?
So I have it's a stupid question, I think, but these are just indicators to the recipients where they're supposed to sign, correct?
Correct.
So how are they actually signing on the other end?
We send it to them to sign.
But how are they signing? Are they downloading, are they
Have you
printing
have you
them
ever done a
out
digital,
and-
have you ever done a digital signature before?
Not like this, no.
It's so easy, Tess. When you get it in your email, it'll take you to the thing and it'll just take you to each thing. You just click it.
How about this, Tess? I'll show
Okay,
you.
but that's not answering what I'm trying to find out.
In a
So
minute,
it sends them an
Because
email.
if you
in a minute, he
You
can click on
send
this.
them at the other agent,
I'm not hearing anybody.
once you
There's-
send it to the other agent, then they go through and do the same thing to get their client signatures. Is that what you're asking? How does the
Nope.
other
Nope.
seller
How
sign?
the signature actually getting on the document? Are they printing them out and wet signing them?
No, Ted.
Do they have something set up in DocuSign where they've got an electronic signature approved?
For
They
the
don't need it.
agent? For the agent?
All right, hold on, pause. Let's get through this. I will show you.
Okay.
Like I just said a second ago, I will show you that here in a second. Don't get tripped up in the weeds. Let's follow path where we're at. Now,
Well, I'm trying to follow, but I
Hold on.
thought what you were putting in was signatures.
what I'm putting in, Tess, is a space holder for a signature. I am
That's what
I'm creating a space holder for them to sign. I am assigning a place for that client to sign based on who I've assigned that signature to. Now, that being said, I'm going to put this, I got to see here, hold on. Yeah, they're not logged in yet, so I got a couple minutes. Notice how we had the HOA form that was already uploaded, right? It's already filled out.
Mm-hmm.
John Sanchez, address, date, information, $43 a month, $400 in real estate disclosure fees, which doesn't seem right. So based on the calculate, what you guys are going to do, you need to add your buyer's names. So you're going to, on each drop down, there's a thing here that says name, full name, give it some space like we were instructed. Again, I'm going to create where the check boxes go. And like they said, over here, you can check them or just hit spacebar. And it'll, when you highlight it, hit spacebar. Checkbox. You can double click it or hit spacebar. And then add your buyer's signatures again. Signature and date. Signature and date. Bam. All right. All the signatures are in place. All the missing documentation's in place. All the check marks are in place. We follow? We are good to sign. Hit send. It is going to send the signing packet to everyone in order. So first things first. We're going to go back to screen view. I'm going to share it. You're going to see my computer, I think.
It had a little tab there you could have clicked to review and seen exactly what the recipient would see too, right there before you hit send. It was right next to it.
Right, but I want to show you, can you see my email? It says review documents. It's going to bring up the documents tab here. I need to continue reviewing. Tess, this is what we're talking about. They're going to click start. It's going to ask me to fill in this information. It's already filled in. It's going to ask me to sign. Required sign here. When I click, it's going to put my associated signature. I'm going to go back to a different share so it makes it easier to see.
So that's what I'm asking is that the
Yes.
recipients are going to have a DocuSign account with a signature on file?
No, it actually will ask them to create a signature right before they get into this. But because I've signed a bunch of these, it already has mine on set. And then when I'm done
That's what I
signing,
was wondering how they were going to have that in there.
they can make their own. So watch, because it's going to go to my next email. You'll see. So when I go click on finish, this will trigger the next email to go out. I'm done signing as an agent. Notice you saw where I signed and filled in, right?
Yes.
Next, I'm waiting for it to hit my Big Dan Caldwell. It'll say to Bugster B. Bunny. You guys can't see it because I'm not going to switch backward. I'm going to go back into this signing packet, which has never been associated with DocuSign before. It'll say, please read the electronic record and signature disclosure. This is just letting them know that we are going to be signing a legally binding contract via a digital signature. Continue. It's going to ask me to start. I'm going to go click where I need to, and bam, then it identifies, hey, this is your full name. Is it correct? This is your initials. Are those correct? What style would you like your signature to be? You can draw your own. Right? Or you can upload a signature. No, you can change the style.
Don't quit your day job, Dan.
Bugster B. Bunny seems more hipster. And then we're going to adopt and sign. Now it put the signature there, signature there, signature there, signature there. Put my initials, put my signature, put my signature, put my initials, 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 sign here, sign here, sign here.
See, the recipient doesn't need an account. They do not need a DocuSign account, Tess.
But you notice how, notice where Bugster's already signed. I filled in those, remember that?
Yes.
We're going to finish it. Now this is going to finish the document. It's going to ask me if I want to create an account. It only does that so that you can get into the documents you've already signed. Or you can just download them out of your email. And then now it's going to send the next email to Babster B. Bunny. And the exact same thing's going to happen for Babster. Because that name is not associated with that email, it's going to ask me to do the same things. I'm going to select it. I'm going to start the document. The first time I get to a required signer, it's already going to have Bugster's information there. This is why you do a signing order.
Is this, I get it. So is the listing agent on the other end walking them through this so that they know how to do this if they've never done something like this?
That's your client, though, is the thing.
This is for your client. I am the seller's agent and the client at this point. I would have walked through. Most people are cognizant enough to just go and, some people like creating their own initials and signatures. I prefer when they do because then I can't argue that they didn't get it.
Okay,
and right now,
so my
even
buyer is in San Diego. I'm not able to go sit at his side to walk him through that.
Even if this is your first time, you're being prompted every step of the way.
Like I was prompted to open DocuSign and then got completely stalled out because it didn't do what it was supposed to do.
And you noticed how easy that was. It literally clicked on it, click this box, hit next. As an agent, you can walk your client through that, but we'll work on that one-on-one. I just need to get this instruction video through. Now we have a signed document bundle. You guys can see this is the envelope that we just sent, right?
Yes.
If you refresh it now that everything's been signed, you'll notice where it says completed.
Green.
It's green. Now we go back to documents. This is where it becomes fun. This is why I have it sorted by the list view instead of this view, because this is very cumbersome. Yes. I sort it by list view, and now I can see which documents have been signed.
Yes.
All right, now we're ready to send over our purchase contract. First, I'm going to grab, if I have one on my desktop real quick, and I don't. I'm going to put in here, dear homeowner, cover letter, right? So first I need my cover letter, then I need my purchase contract. And if I had, we should have uploaded our pre-qual as well and had it signed. We're going to upload the HOA and then the Market Center advisory. Everything else is our form. I'm also, now that I've clicked documents, we have a
What?
document. Go ahead.
I didn't understand. What do you mean everything else is our form?
Well, the wire fraud, the real estate election, the mold disclosure, they're all single-sided forms. They don't need to go to the seller's agent.
Oh, they're buyer
By
side
looking at
only.
the form, it will say buyer, seller.
Got it. Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah, so now that I've got the documents that I want to create a purchase price, a purchase offer out of, I have selected those documents. I now have the document menu up here. I'm going to combine them. So I click combine. What it does is it puts the documents in order that I've selected them, dear homeowner, market condition. So we need to make the order make sense again. So I want my dear homeowner cover letter, my purchase contract. We should have had the prequal in here, but I didn't have one for bugs yet. I should have had one in there. And my HOA. And what I'm going to
You
put
able
on
to
here,
move? Did you just move that right now? Were you able to do that?
yes.
Oh, okay.
See how you just click on it, drag it up?
Oh, okay.
But you want it to make sense. You want the cover letter to go first, then the purchase offer, then the prequal, and then all the addendum. Save it. It's not going to get rid of the other documents in your bundle. They're still going to be there. Notice how they're all still there?
Mhm.
It just added a combined one that has the cover letter, the purchase price or purchase offer, and the other addendum. Notice how it's got buyer and seller. This one needs to go to the other side. It's pretty easy to figure that one out. Two ways of doing this to send it to the listing agent. One, you send it directly from DocuSign. You can email it out right here. Or two, you download it to your computer and send it through your normal email as you would send any other file. Please do it that way. So much more respectful because it has your email associated to the email, not DocuSign. Okay, bam. That is how you write an offer in DocuSign, send it to the listing agent. Now, there are 13 of you on this call. Only one of you have sent me this test offer that I've asked for.
Not me, but I'm
I
going.
couldn't do it. It wasn't working.
So now we have gone through an entire process of putting in somebody command from contact to contract, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel a little bit more comfortable using DocuSign?
Yes.
No.
Well, yeah, because I've been through it and did another buyer broker. But that day I was doing the thing, I was texting Robin, I'm about to stab myself in the eye.
Yeah. Well, now it's a whole lot easier. And when you get into the compliance side of things, watch. I'm gonna do a little bit further now because my other appointment hasn't shown up yet. We're gonna go back into this document. You'll see my screen again. Do you see it all?
Yes.
In command, we're still in Bugs Bunny. Go to documents.
Ouch.
We're gonna click on folders, residential resale, and then it puts the folders that we need.
Wait, what?
Because this is what it looks like before. It didn't have anything. And you click on this bundle and you click residential resale. And then it drops the compliance list that you need. Under contract, closed, consultation. Really easy to do. Attach documents. We're going to do attach multiple files. We're going to select DocuSign because we just filled them all out, right?
Yes.
Go in here. We
Oh my
have,
God.
now we have your, where is it? It's KW affiliated business. We want the one that says signed. See how it's got signed right here? Signed. Agency disclosure. Signed. Buyer advisory. signed.
Oh, that would have saved me so much time.
Wire fraud, usually starts with a W. Signed.
I know. I did one by one.
Me too. Going to my
buyer broker, signed, right? You don't need anything attached.
Can you show me how you got there again one more time, please?
I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
Now how it's loading all the documents, and then you submit it to Market Center for review. So now we're under contract. We have a signed agreement. Everything's back from the other side, signed, and on a different class, I'll show you how to split it all apart. Actually, I could probably show you that now. It's pretty easy.
So I have a question. I asked this question before, but they said to check with the MC.
Can I hold your question so I can answer Mary's first?
Sure.
Yeah, Mary, this is what I did. Notice how I'm under contract?
Yeah.
Nothing's uploaded?
Yeah.
I go to attach multiple files. I select DocuSign.
Oh, okay.
And then I go and I bring in the information, like the purchase contract. I just select what I want to put in there.
I think I went there, but I think just because it looked grayed out, like it looked like I just assumed I couldn't do it and I didn't click on it.
That's how you do all that. Okay, your question, Miss Melissa?
That's good.
Oh, my listing, I started in .loop. And then we were told to do in command. So I moved everything over to command. Now in my .loop, all of that has been approved. Once I moved it over to command, do I have to resubmit to the MC?
Yes, and then just put a note in there that it's already been submitted before. And you do those notes by adding a note, add a comment.
Uh-huh.
And then at Lisa.
Okay.
So, boom. Make sense?
Okay, perfect.
All right. Fast forward. Offer gets sent to the listing agent. Listing agent has his client sign it. They sign it. They send it back. It's in one document again. We're going to go into here. And we're going to act like this document right here. We're going to add one right here. So I'm going to do something to show you guys how to split a document apart. It is super easy.
It is. I love it.
So, boom. I'm trust me when I say I'm bringing the file directly from my desktop and I'm just clicking and dragging. Notice how it's popping up. Or you can do it directly from your email. Do you know that?
Wait, what'd you do? Okay, yeah.
Click and drag. Click and drag.
Just drag it to the room.
Just drag, clicked it and drug it right into the desk and just it popped right on top of the documents area. My accepted offer, right? Because it's all one document, it's taking a second to load the document. Because it's all one document, we need to split this into the usable forms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're going to click on it. It's going to bring up our document menu. And you'll notice there's nothing in there that says split. Right click. Split. And now it's going to build the document in a page view where you can go through and say, okay, page one, it kind of gives you a zoom so you know what it is. All right, so page one is cover letter. Just page one, add a document. I like to, I'll put an X when it's fully signed, purchase contract. It's this page, 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 this page.
Could you hit like shift in the last page and that'll do all of them?
Market conditions, this page, and then watch, we'll do X, HOA. No, it did not work. It didn't, I tried doing the shift thing, it didn't work.
Yeah, I see that.
Bam. Now I'm going to save it because we want to make sure that they're easy to find. Save. And what that has done is taken our test contract, and this is where you'll notice that that test contract file is still here, but so are the other documents that created that one big document.
Mhm.
So you can go back into your command under contract, and you can attach multiple, click DocuSign, and we can go through and the appropriate locations. So we have a purchase price, right? Purchase offer. I wish these were in friggin' alphabetical order too. That would make life easier.
Mhm.
I didn't create this. I didn't have anything to do with it. Don't yell at me.
We
When
won't.
you hit document, I think when you hit document, it'll sort on my thought alphabetical.
There you go. Good call. So the purchase contract is great. I want to show you this is grayed out because we put the wrong thing in there. So you cancel, go here, remove. You can remove a document as long as it has not been submitted to the Market Center. So now we're going to go back, attach multiple documents. I'm going to do my new favorite thing that Amber just taught me, which I didn't even think about for some reason. Go down to the purchase offer price, boom. Because I always label things X so I can find them quickly. Now we have the HOA, XS, XA, X, there we go, HOA, market condition advisory, which actually goes on the one before it. And
What's the difference between X and XS?
in my labeling, yes. And then you can submit to Market Center.
And I've got a question that's a pretty good one. Can I ask it whenever you're ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I saw you send to the seller was a purchase contract. It was red, it was a PDF, so they can't sign it. DocuSign, right? Yeah, okay. Is that,
Remember how the HOA that we pulled in from the MLS was also a PDF?
yeah,
We just added a sign box on top of it.
okay.
It just cannot be edited. The file itself cannot be edited, it just can be signed.
Okay, I think what you're telling me is that they can sign that document. Okay,
Yep, they just upload it into the same way we did. We uploaded it,
right.
add a signature box, and send that to their client.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Yeah, remember, not everybody has DocuSign, and some people do .loop. So it's on them to figure that out. not
Okay,
you.
it's going to the agent, not to the sellers themselves.
Right. All right, guys. Really high level overview that should be able to get you through tripping through it, watching a video as we do so. Any questions? I mean, we ran super long, but I thought this was good for us to cover.
You're awesome, and I want to send a document to you at bigdancaldwell@gmail.com.
Send it to bigd@kw.com.
bigd@kw.com. Okay.
Yeah, if you send it to my Big Dan Caldwell, I think it's an actual offer on my other listing. So send it to Big D because it
All right.
tells me that these are not real offers.
Gotcha. I knew it was one or the other. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I can see some confusion out there. It will wean as you do more and more of this. I just want you to feel comfortable in being able to get those out. You should have a copy of the broker's compliance list so you know what documents you need to put in the file.
Where do we get that list? I don't probably have it. I just don't know.
In your email. Search compliance.
This was very helpful, but I
So
just probably need to do
if
it.
you're at an airport, make sure you have an airport disclosure. If it has a pool, make sure you've gone over the pool safety. If it's near a military base, it's still an airport. If it was built before 1978, it needs to have what?
Lead paint.
Lead paint.
Yeah, so make sure you have the documents that you need to have associated with that house correctly. Otherwise, you will find yourself with a hold on your paycheck.
So one last question. I'm guessing that I can pull all of the documents that I'm getting from Transaction Desk into this and it'll still work even though I can't access all the documents in DocuSign?
Right. You can, Tess, you can actually sign everything in Transaction Desk and just use DocuSign as a way to load them into Command faster.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking about doing that too.
You and I we'll set a meeting up for tomorrow or later this week one-on-one, I'll show you how to do that. I'm not supposed to be teaching transaction desk, but I also know that there's some situations out there where I need to flex within the framework.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Thanks so much, my friends. Have a blessed day. Go out there.
Have
and
a great day, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.